What's up, members? Welcome to another lesson. In this lesson, we're going to look at imbalances or sufficient or gaps or market gaps. So I'll just put it imbalance or gaps. All right. Yeah. So imbalances or gaps, or sometimes it's called insufficient. So what are these gaps? Gaps are just areas like this where price just jumped without moving the way. Remember, we say price supposed to make up moves, down moves. It has to at least sell in or sell or buy, or the market must trade at a certain price at least twice or three times like this, right? As price is going, or not just once like this. This is actually telling you that if the price of sugar was down here, it has actually jumped in just a few minutes, it's here. That's not fair for the people. People wouldn't be willing to buy such kind of thing. Why? Because the price has moved so quick. So instead, price must move like the way price has moved here. This is reasonable. This will make more sense to people, as they'll be seeing the price of that commodity going up or going down each and every day. Like, what's here? This is reasonable, but what happened here is not reasonable. So we traders, we also take advantage of these kind of situations, and these things do really happen, and you're going to face them almost each and every time whenever you look at your forex charts. But you may also recognize, you may also uh, observe that in this kind of uh, uh, embarrasses, there is no there are no places where the market has actually created some sort of liquidity, because price did not have that time, will just keep on jumping. So the theory behind why these things happen is because, pay attention to this one. Remember, we have this liquidity, this liquidity, and as soon as this liquidity was taken out, right, we have all this liquidity up here, and then people just like, let's buy, let's sell, let's buy, let's sell. Then the big bags, they'll be like, let's move this market to the upside. What do? They put in money so that they can move the market in the wrong direction in order to catch people in the wrong side of the market. They put in more money to move the market down, and then what do, right? As soon as they put money on the downside, they now pump in more money on the upside. Like they put in more money. The reason why they put in more money, they want to move the market. They want to create a lot of supply so that the price of the commodity can go down. And then as soon as the price goes down, they put in more money, billions and billions, so that, like, because they always want to buy when things are cheap. So now the price is cheaper. So now they've pumped in more billions. They've pushed the market up. As they are here, what do? They will now start exiting the trades, right? They'll start exiting the trade, or start selling again. Why? Because they want to they want to come here and mitigate the orders. So mitigation is just simply allowing the banks themselves to remove the orders that they made in the long direction, just to cover the losses that they made in the long direction. So now they will push the market down like this, so that they will push it to their point of interest where they feel like the price has been discounted and they can buy cheaper. As soon as they do that, they're going to pump in more billions and billions. And then because there's so much demand, price is going to fly to the upside without even listing or creating some sort of whatever. As soon as they're done, they're going to exit the market and leave, right? So that is what is going to happen. So you as a trader, you'll be busy identifying order blocks where to take trades. You'll be like, is this an order block? No. Or maybe this is an order block. No. Or maybe this is an order block. No. and then, oh, maybe this is an order block. No, what do you see to the price? Price keeps on going down. Why? Because they are no longer interested in this kind of trade. They have actually finished. Their purpose was just to enter this trade and make money on this move. That is why, and as soon as they get here, they exited the market. There are these gaps, all these things. So that's what we call imbalances. So the big banks, they will always get sued. They always get sued if they just leave the market like this without letting price to come back so that it can balance this side. That is why you see whenever the market goes up, it's going to come down. Why? They want to balance the price. The same thing you find the price of sugar. They you take the issues with social media, whatever, and then people are going to talk about it, right? So the same thing here. There's a market jump. And on this market jump, when you look at the right, what do you see? You will see that price will come back to balance the price, right? So the fear is price will come back at least 50% just to cover at least 50% of the price, because people are going to be like, yeah, at least so now they have actually reduced the price, discounted the price with at least I don't know, it's 50, 60 or 70%. So yeah, so that's how you can identify what uh, market gaps. So it's very important. It's just nice when you are actually on a trade of an imbalance movement, same as this one. You see that the market will just come and just cover 50%. So which means now this is the gap, the 50% has been covered. So everywhere you see a gap, you always find those kind of things always come up. And then there's this other gap, you always find, right? This market has actually come and filled it. And then we have this gap here. You always see that on the other side, market has come and has did something just down here, right? So when you understand the concept of imbalances, you will now also understand why the market will move, the market will go down. Because as soon as the market just leave that space, just know that by all means, that space is going to be filled. Same here. This is an imbalance. And in most cases, when there are imbalances, they can also be used as a point of interest. Sometimes you may not even bother to use them as point of interest, because this one is a 50-50 thing. It might happen or it might not happen. So yeah, this is actually a gap, and there was this price coming back to balance the price. There's this gap, there's this gap, and actually price came to balance it, just 50%, right? So in most cases, price will just reverse after it has just covered 50% of the gap, because there's no specific PIO or there's no specific order block. Just like here, price will just come and balance 50%, right? When I say 50%, what I'm trying to say is that this is let's say the gap has started from here to here, right? The gap has started from here, and then do you see the price? Price has actually come here. This is the 50% of the gap. The 50% will turn here, and then we'll leave the rest. The same here, we have gaps, gaps, gaps. So the concept of gaps is not really a thing, but if you know it, and then make sure you put it, you know what you're doing when you're trading, you see gaps and all that, you know what is happening. So this is actually going to happen when there is no order block, because gaps won't even give a chance of an order block to be formed due to high demand, like here, right here. This is a very big example of a very good example of gaps, and you can see a very big gap has been filled, and I'm pretty sure this gap has also been filled. Yeah, so all these gaps are going to be filled when price has actually settled back. I'm pretty sure you also understand the concept behind why these gaps are going to form. I've just explained this gap. You see, this gap, that it's because of more money being pumped, a lot of gaps. So yeah, otherwise, if you have understood the concept of gaps, and if you have any question about this one, please don't hesitate to ask me. I'll be excited to pick it up. And now we should go to the last part of the session, and that is, how do we know that this is where to buy or where to sell? All right, how do we confirm? Because we're actually making sure that we have checked everything on our wrist that we look at before we take a trade. So thank you for watching this one, and see you in the next one.